Hello, everybody. Welcome. It was a psychic investigator. Everybody, welcome. It was a psychic investigator. So guys, today, no, it's late, and I'm sorry, but I just want to do a quick video. There's so much going on, of course, and I want to know what's going on with like the Trump, this whole what's going on with the administration. And I also like to know about Marco Rubio being sent to the Vatican. And I find it interesting, right? All of this. So what's going on with the Trump scam and the whole, the whole ballroom? The thing, it's just so strange how they are deliberately like trying to destroy the world. Like it doesn't make sense. It's like they know what they're doing, and what they're doing is destruction. That's it. Corruption, destruction. That's what I do all day. Huh. Corruption, destruction. That's what you call it for. I'm looking for earring. I remembered I have earring. I have earring. I have to put it on. Why guys? What a mess. I come here and it's a mess. Because I am a mess. I am a mess. All right. What am I looking for? Crystals. Okay. What's a protection? Like to ask for protection, a beautiful ray of light coming on top of my head as I breathe in. I feel my lungs as I breathe out. I create a circle. I step into it. Step into it. I feel protected. I feel connected. I like to ask that information come only from the highest sources, that it create the good and all the good, and so it is. So, so I want to know what's going on with the Dash government. What's going on? Because I have a question for you. We always want it to end, right? Well, how close are we to the situation? What's going on with the situation? I also because yeah, I think that the situation with Putin is like all the this is new, honestly. There's so much reporting about how bad things are going over there, and the city is like even Moscow is collapsing apparently. So it's new. And so what's going on over here with this? Because Trump obviously wants to destroy the government. It's saying no. Wow, it's saying he wants to take just taking it over for his family. Total corruption. And that's what it is grift and corruption. So what is next? Okay. I'm sorry, I got I almost have a cold now. So sorry about that. That's it. It's like take it over. It's like it's interesting because it really is about the family more than even the administration. By the way, I wasn't going to address this topic, but I saw someone mention that apparently Trump wants to remove the whole thing of Vance, right? It really feels, and we'll talk about it a little bit more, that it feels as if Trump is like he has decided that JD Vance is not going to be around. And then it was like some kind of, was it like a news type person on Twitter? I don't remember. Someone said it's because he wants to put Don Jr. in place. And then the way the person described it made sense to me, because the grift they're doing, they're such grifters, right? That they look at the tech bros and like, why should these guys have the power? We should, because we've been so successful at stealing. Basically, the level of corruption is just, it's like unbelievable. So it's just really, I don't even know, right? It's just unbelievable. It's just staggering. It's shameless. It's plunder and all that. So it makes sense. So then that's right. I think they're just cutting it. See, he's ripping the norms, and then the plan is to just keep it in the family. Although it shows me that Don Jr., the drug addiction is really serious. And and it's saying there's the handlers and all that. So it's the corrupt system. And they're getting wealthy, but it's saying the money it's not there. Like it's just pure corruption. So it's likely they're going to lose it once the thing is over. But it's just like unbelievable, like never in American history, right? Really. So, okay, so tell me more. And I see they're trying, interesting, the federal, it showed me again a Federal Reserve. And he's like trying to shake it up. Like he wants, what is it? He wants to have it just take the money for himself and run and go to some foreign country. Wow. Okay. So, but what is actually going to happen? He's gonna say there. He's gonna have to leave. It's just saying that. And how are we? And what about the? Like seriously, the level of crime and theft? They can freeze the accounts. It's saying it's not completely impossible. No, it just has to be. It's not going to be like before, right? With the, oh, but we don't want to do. We don't arrest him before the. It's still going to be whatever is left of the country, right? We're going to have to rebuild. So okay, now let's go to this. So what's going on now? And let you run. It's saying he's still because again, it shows me the goal really is total destruction of the country. Like, doesn't make sense. Is to be the people waging wars against other countries, but he's waging war against against us. In the sense that the people who lose, it's not just the Iranians and people who are getting bombed in other countries. It's also us. It's destroying us too, right? The price of fuels and all the airlines and all that. So, but that's the goal. It's saying the difference with this administration is that destruction is the goal. And as long as they have the propaganda content, they can lie. That's their logic. They could lie about it. They could do whatever they want. So, but it shows me it's like an airport thing, and they're landing. Shows Trump landing, and then there's a sunset, and he just goes into the sunset. It's saying, all right, what else? What about the Iran? That's right. I think the Iran thing is perfect for them because they can manipulate the price of gas. They don't care, obviously, about people who have to pay for gas, not steal like them. But like it's a game for them. It's like let's steal as much as possible. All right. So, but then tell me about Marco Rubio going to see the Pope. And the Pope is amazing as always, right? There's I'm gonna find some quotes here that are incredible. Let's see. Okay, so then there's this. So Marco Rubio is going, and why not just ask? Why not JD Vance? It's saying JD Vance he's been kicked to the curb, and it's saying that Trump is humiliating him as a way to because he can't be fired by the vice president can't be fired. So he's being pushed out, and he's making sure to let him know. And I see these tech bros I'm aware of, like they're just kind of okay, well, because they feel like they own us, the country, and it's like, wait, how dare Trump pretend otherwise? But it's because I think the MAGA, right? And by the way, Steve Bannon is openly anti them. So they're just like pretending they were not kicked. So okay, so tell me again about JD Vance and not going. Okay, now that's right. He's been notified they're going to put somebody else, and he has like kind of like letting him know because of course there's no laws, right? And that applies to the idea that like a vice president can't be fired, but they can kind of push him out. That's their logic, and I see that. And it's saying Peter Thiel knew already, and they seem to know. So what happens next? Show me now. Marco Rubio. That's right. They prefer to have Marco Rubio around. So they're kind of Trump, and this is known thing about Trump. Like he puts people against each other who work for him, and he's doing that with JD Vance and Marco Rubio. But he has decided on Rubio already, and he's just humiliating Vance as much as possible. So for him to quit. So now let's go back to the thing about Marco Rubio and the Pope. There's rumors from the channel I subscribe to. It's a Catholic channel person. I subscribe to the Substack, and he's saying that like apparently he's supposed to be like he wants Rubio to go over there to talk to the Pope about invading Cuba. And I see that the Pope is not listening. He's just like, okay, we'll preach the gospel. You know, with the gospel, you're not Catholic. You know how, by the way, there's this thing, and I guess not that I know, I'm not. I feel like I should go back to like do classes in church or something because I never. My mother was atheist. It was my aunt who got me baptized. So there's a lot of things I don't know really honestly about a lot of the like when you go to actual church. Long story, but here, long story. But the point is I'm making here is that you can't if you don't believe in the Pope, you're not. The idea is that you have to believe the Pope. If you don't believe the Pope, you don't have a choice. You'd be like, oh, but I like you're not Catholic technically. So the people that claim the Pope is wrong. I really just not he's not following this and that. It's like, well, then you're not Catholic because you're the whole point of it is that you're supposed to follow the Pope and trust him in that sense, right? Theology at least. So because all these online accounts are like, oh, the Pope is wrong because they're repeating the talking points. So anyway, so then okay. Then what is next? What is next? What is next? What is next? Huh? What is next? What is next? What's going to happen with Marco Rubio and the Pope? No, it's saying that he's just completely ignored. What happens? Again, it's sort of hostile towards the Pope and the Pope not caring. Because for whatever reason, I see that there's an effort to try to they're obsessed about the Pope, trying to convert him or harm him in the sense of like you have either you're MAGA or you don't exist. They know how influential he is. But I see that the Pope is very protected on all kinds of levels, so you can't do anything about that. So what's up with actually let's see what happens. What's going on with Marco Rubio in the next couple of months? Let's just say today is May 5th, May and June. So it's interesting. I see him kind of standing, going to these meetings, doing all these things, but almost as if he's, I don't say on drugs, but kind of like just there and physically because he's kind of, hey, what's kind of like Don Jr. in a way. He's just made him, not that he was very genuine before, but there's something 100% vacant about him. And I see that he goes places, but he's being transported as if he were a suitcase. He just stands there, but he doesn't have it's like, and sometimes we wonder, how do people stay on these jobs and act like they care about Trump? But he's saying that he just stays there like a handbag or something. He just transported places and he does a job like an extra, like an actor, or like it's saying an extra. And that's how he survives it, but he's absent. And then I see him again. Why do I see these hangar? Oh, is he one of those people that lives in like military housing or something? But I see they transport him through these. There's like this military aircraft, and then he's just transport. He just it's like going the idea of going through the motions because there's no spirit, there's no there. And then one day he's just transported out like a piece of luggage. Like when the government ends, he just has to be shipped somewhere else. Just, I mean, this is not really about, I think what's going to happen is really more serious to him, but this sense of like that but he's almost like a zombie. Like he's already gone mentally because that's how you survive in that dark place. So what's going on? I'd say he's truly an empty shell, a vacant person. So, wow, interesting. So, all right. So what's going to happen? I see again the same effort, a little bit, because at least Marco Rubio is not I mean, he's not great in any sense of the word, of course, but he's better than JD Vance. So he's not as like disgusting as JD Vance because JD Vance is trying so hard to convince the Russians, right? They were like, oh, Russia likes this, so let me say it. Whereas Rubio is more of a quote unquote Zionist, right? So, but even then, I see that he's showing me, comparing him to me, for me, no, comparing him, show me Don Jr. next to him. That's the comparison. Saying that, I guess did you see the image when he went to that fight with Trump? He looked high, like, and it's saying he's like that now. Dude does a lot of drugs, saying. Um, so that's right. See, it's in that administration that's going through the motions. What do they think of the whole Putin thing? Because it's pretty clear it's coming. It guys, it just keeps showing to me that there's no there, that it's this administration is almost gone. Like there's something really, like it's just a facade, it's a shell, it's something like this. And that's kind of what they want. They want to change, they want to remove the government in the largest sense of the word and turn it into some sort of like business for the family, and also destroy the country and everything else. But it's saying it's almost it's almost gone, it's saying. So it doesn't feel like we're that far from it. It feels as if it's like the land of the living dead or something. But so I hope it isn't making sense. I think it's a strange situation. So yeah, and I see interesting. I see not Vance, Rubio going to this to see the Pope, but being so out of it, like he's just very absent-minded and not there, but not there. And then it's saying and then he shows me that he's gonna come back, and then there's still this image of him being transported. I wonder if he's gonna go to rehab or something immediately after, or is he gonna be arrested? Whatever it happens, it just shows me him as like so passive and like almost like a person who has some sort of like brain damage like that. So weird. Okay, so what about so it's saying it's just it's a shell. So it's falling apart and it will collapse soon. So okay, so that's what I'm getting, guys. All right. So have a good night and thank you for watching. And I'll see you soon. Love you.